In the 1970s, Professor Simbi Mubako was the Dean of Faculty of Law at the University of Zambia, UNZA. He was also the first Minister of Justice and Parliamentary Affairs of the Republic of Zimbabwe in 1980. A nationalist at heart, a trained jurist, and he rose through the ranks to become Minister of Government, a judge of the High Court, Ambassador of Zimbabwe to the United States. He has written a book which he presented to the President, Comrade Emmerson Mnangagwa, trailing the road Zimbabwe has followed from 1980 to date, what the Second Republic has done. Chapter by chapter, bout by bout, he gives an account of Zimbabwe's existence in the 45 years that has been. He spoke to journalists soon after presenting the president with a book on how Zimbabwe has navigated the choppy waters of statehood.
The book is really about what the title says, the struggle for Zimbabwe's struggle for independence and prosperity during the 45 years of independence, since independence. So I try to trace all the steps that we went through from
the best pens?
Yes, time of the first cabinet and times when we had problems with the British on the land question, all the problems with sanctions, plus then the Second Republic, up to now all the the successes and programs which have been launched by the Second Republic. I try to be as critical as possible in the book, but of course as frank as possible.
Meanwhile, the President, Comrade Emmerson Mnangagwa, was briefed by Apostle Eunor Guti on the 200 schools to be built across the country by the ZAOGA Forward in Faith Ministries. One particular place where the school will be built is in Ngaone, in Chipinge district, where the late Baba Ezekiel Guti was born. The outgoing European ambassador to Zimbabwe, Mr. Jobst Von Kirchmann, bade farewell to the President, Comrade Emmerson Mnangagwa at State House after a 3-year tour of duty. He said Zimbabwe-EU relations have grown in leaps and bounds and is going back to Brussels with a spring in his step.
We fell in love with Zimbabwe, and that is, often people say, is it because it's such a beauty, Wick Falls and the wildlife? And I say, no, it's the people. During my 3 years, we reached a stage where the relation between the European Union and Zimbabwe have normalized. We are focusing as partners on what we can do together. Typical areas are trade and investment. And when I look back, I must say that was quite successful. We managed to build bridges. And I often say as an ambassador, it is important when you go in a country to build bridges. You have to find them on both sides, because a bridge is something where people meet on and they come from both sides. And that requires that you look at your partner country, at your host country, in a way as a partner. And I think we managed that. And the bridges we built in many areas, multiple areas, but in particular in trade and investment, are solid.